Welcome to my channel SK Knowledge. Welcome to a whole new world of planet science. One day the earth will be destroyed completely. Where will go? How will survive? Well, don't worry, because we found some new Earth-like planets as a backup plan, where we can live or at least be able to survive. Number 10, Kepler 438b. Kepler 438b is an exoplanet was first discovered in 2015 and located 470 light years away. Kepler 438b was deemed one of the most Earth-like planets ever discovered due to its Earth Similarity Index or ESI, which is similar to 88%, hence making it suitable candidate for the potential of life. Kepler 438b is just 12% larger and receives 40% more light compared to Earth, but still it's missing some necessary qualities for habitation, such as it does not have proper atmosphere and the planet nearby star emits flare 10 times more powerful than our sun. This planet might be second option if it has a magnetic field like our planet. Number 9. Kepler 452b. Kepler 452b was first discovered in July 2015, which is an exoplanet and also known as super-Earth. Moreover, Kepler 452b is around 5 times the mass of Earth and it completes full orbit in 385 days. But due to its large size, it also has twice the gravity compared to Earth and receives more sun energy, making it hotter than Earth, but still it's a good candidate for hosting life. If we are ever able to reach Kepler 452b, unfortunately the planet is 45,000 light years away, which means if we travel a spaceship at a speed 37,000 miles per hour, then 266 million years is needed to get there. Well, then cryogenic preservation and age reversing agents will be mandatory requirement for this journey. Although 4 or 5 to be mirrors Earth, but it's highly susceptible to greenhouse effect, so it could become a giant ball of hot death by the time we arrive there. Number 8. Proxima b. Proxima b is an exoplanet which is 4.2 light years away from Earth and first discovered in August 2016. Proxima b orbits the habitable zone of a red dwarf star named Proxima Centauri and has the potential for survive living condition due to presence of water. This exoplanet is actually 30% bigger than the Earth and its 1 year is equal to 11 days, which means you will be having birthday parties at a lot more often. So many birthday gifts, although it has an Earth Similarity Index or ESI of 0.87. Still, it has some significant downsides, such as it is only 2% of light from its nearby star. There are violent stellar winds that are 2000 times stronger than those on Earth. Number 7. Kepler 186f. Kepler 186f is an exoplanet discovered by Kepler Space Observatory in April 2014. This rocky planet orbits near the outer rim of its sun habitable zone and nearly 10% bigger than Earth and almost has similar radius, but it is 500 light years away. from us. Its 1 year consists of a total of 130 days having an Earth similarity index of 0.61 and only receives 33% of sunlight compared to Earth. That means its brightest day will be similar to evening time on Earth. Kepler 186a rotates much more slowly than Earth, so its day could be weeks or months long. 186a may be tightly locked, which means one side of planet is always facing its star and the other is in constant darkness. The gravity on Kepler 186a could be very similar to Earth's, and there is some possibility that it has an atmosphere that can help keep the water in liquid form. That's why scientists have described Kepler 186 as a cousin to Earth. Number 6. Kepler 62a. This planet is also known as Super Earth and discovered in April 2013. Kepler 62a is situated in the habitable zone of a 7 billion year old star. 62a Earth's similarity index of 0.67 and is 1.4 times of Earth, having slightly smaller than while cooler than our sun. Unfortunately, this rocky planet is Earth-like water world, which contains ocean and or at least ice. In either case, this planet is an excellent candidate for alien life and feasible for hosting human life. 62F takes 267 days to complete a full orbit around its sun, receives 41% of sunlight compared to Earth. However, the planet might be tightly locked in orbit, which means one side facing the hot sun while the other side will be completely darkness. So human can only survive the border between light and dark area where the temperature is suitable for support life. Number 5. Glacier 667 cc. This planet is Mars' cousin and you can see all of the sun and in fact is part of the aforementioned 3-star system, which is 23.62 light years away from us. Is 3.8 times the size of Earth, has a rocky surface and it has 85% similarity to Earth, and it's on the slightly hot edges of the habitable zone with temperature ranging in 250 Kelvin or negative 18.8 degrees Celsius, and it receives 90% of the light of Earth. One side is completely shrouded in internal darkness while the other side is continuously facing towards the red dwarf. It's believed that between these hemispheres there's a probable chance to get an area suitable temperature then it will be support human life. Number 4. Kepler 62e is 1.6 times larger than Earth. It has rocky surface. With the high probability of Earth water and may be covered with oceans. Its 1 year is 122 days long and 12,000 light years away from us. Just a side note, All planets in its list are larger than Earth. That's why they are called super Earths, which means they are larger than our planets, would have similar characteristics that an exoplanet has: cloudy sky, warm and humid everywhere, other than polar caps, and its stellar flux is 20% more than Earth, enough to trigger runaway greenhouse effects, which can decreases the chance of habitability. Number 3, Glacier 581G. Glacier 581G is also known as Semarich, which is 20 light years away from Earth, and discovered by the astronomer Steve Invoked in 2010. Its 1 year lasts for 67 days. Unfortunately, this planet is tightly locked with the Sun. If a strong atmosphere exists on planets, could we circulate the heat from the sunny side over the dark side, making it much more habitable. Hence, it is possible for water to exist there with at least one ocean. Glib 581G is 1.5 times the size of Earth, having temperature between -35 and 10 degrees Fahrenheit due to weaker energy output from its small sun. All these features increase the chance of life on 581G up to 100%, which is extremely optimistic presumption. Kepler 2. Number 2, Kepler 22b. Kepler 22b is a planet that orbits in the inner edge of the Sun's habitable zone, which is 600 light years away from us. Discovered in December 2011, Kepler 22b is twice the size of Earth, has a year of 290 days, with a temperature of -11 degrees Celsius in worst case, while 22 degrees Celsius in best case. So it's reasonable for humanity to survive here, but it won't similar experience to Earth. 22b's outer shell is likely to be composed mostly either liquid or gas, and most optimistic estimate that its liquid are combined with greenhouse effect atmosphere. It likely keeps the planet at a suitable temperature. If sometimes happen to Earth, this water-rich planet is placed where we will probably move to because it's prime contender for our next home world. When we arrive there in the future, there is high possibility that we will be encountered by a lot of possible alien lives that may have evolved in the outer liquid layer. Number 1, Mars. Okay, this, honestly speaking, we have limited time and limited technology to find a suitable home planet that is far away from us. It makes sense to look next to Mars. Could be the next permanent home for us. We may be able to see it happen in our lifetime. Definitely, these red planets could be great candidate for life, and with its ancient water-rich soil, so sufficient amount of sunlight and similar length that is only 40 minutes longer than Earth. Mars gravity is 38% weaker compared to the Earth, but still within the acceptable range for us to survive. There are high chance to successfully terraform Mars because of its thin atmosphere and that already protected the planet from sun's radiation could be hold oxygen and become the breathable companies like SpaceX are currently training teams of astronauts settlers for colonizing Mars with the first group of blast off in 2031. We could literally see home on Mars in our very near future. Thanks for watching the video and make sure to subscribe my channel and also share it also and also comment below.